Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Black Ice. Black Ice is a cyberpunk style FPS or first-person shooter. It is currently in beta and on Steam Greenlight, which of course means that everything you see is subject to change and not a final representation of the final product. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, guys. Black Ice was developed by super duper Garret Cooper, and I could not be making this stuff up, guys. I love that name, by the way. You can get Black Ice right now on their website for $5, but that price will be going up once final release hits. So get it now. You can also try out their free demo if you're interested in the game, and of course go ahead and give them a vote on Steam Greenlight if you like what you see. Now if you're a fan of The Matrix or Cyberpunk, Shadowrun, The Lawnmower Man, Tron, you're going to see a lot of awesome familiar elements. In Black Ice, you are a hacker and cyberspace is your battleground. Basically, you go around hacking these large modules, these digital space where you collect loot, fight these, I guess you could say almost firewalls, whatever you want to call them. They're basically defenses from these corporations and these modules, and you kind of have to defeat them and then get whatever's inside. It's a very minimalist type of game, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It uses simple designs and graphics, but in a clever way given its theme. It's procedurally generated and has a buttload of loot, Borderlands style, and is a game that you could take on at your own pace. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's load up here. I've been playing the game for better part of 2 or 3 hours, I would want to say. And basically, as you look around, yes, this is the world around you of this Tron-looking-esque world where everything's neon and neat-looking. And these are the modules I was talking to you guys about. I don't know if they're called modules. I really don't know. They're just big buildings. And basically, you can hack each and every individual one of these things, and they will have defenses inside of them, ranging from spiders to a shitload of spiders to these weird crab-looking things. Not crabs. I don't know what the hell they're called. They're very strange-looking things. You'll probably see them as we play this. And basically, once you hack it and you defeat all the defenses, it basically becomes see-through and you can take it for its loot. The goal of the game is to defeat that giant-ass building over there, that giant module over there. That big, tall, white one that has a hack difficulty of 500. And that is something that is important to note. Each building, each module here has its own hack difficulty. For instance, this has a 4, this one has a 225, this one has a 350, this one has a 14, this one has a 9. And as you can imagine, the higher the hack difficulty, the more damage the defenders will do inside of the module. So let's go hack something really quick so you can get an idea. Actually, we should talk about what we're looking at here. On the bottom of the screen, you have, I guess you could say, my abilities, which are things that I've gathered from hacking hacking different buildings, and they're kind of like different abilities and jumping and healing abilities. We'll touch upon what all of them can do in a little bit. Above that is an experience bar. As you can see, I'm level 22. On the bottom left of that is my RAM. My RAM basically is a representation of, I guess you could say, almost my energy bar. It allows me to use up all of my abilities here. And the more abilities I use, the more RAM I use, but it slowly regenerates. And you can also upgrade your RAM in several different ways. Above that is my health, which is pretty obvious to explain what that does. So let's go ahead and hack a building here. And we'll talk about more of the finer dynamics of this game. So on the bottom here, you can see this weird little cube thing heading towards the... Oh dear God, spiders! And these are the defenders I was talking to you guys about. Most of the time, it's going to be spiders and these weird walker-looking things. And they will hurt you, and they'll try to jump on you. These are the walker-looking things I was talking about. They kind of look like crabs. Right? They're like backwards crabs. And they're kicking my ass right now. They're kind of annoying me. They're pushing me around. Get off me, stupid spiders. And as you can see, as I use up abilities, I use up RAM. And I kind of have to wait for more RAM to regenerate before I can fire again. And this is because I'm using a pretty RAM-focused weapon here because it does a shitload of damage. And as soon as I defeat all the defenders and all the hacking timer was up, which I hope you saw that, I think it was above the experience bar. Once the hacking timer is up and I've successfully hacked it, all I have to do is eliminate all of the enemies, and the building turns see-through, and I get access to this fat loot right here, which it looks like is an ice bolt. So let's go ahead and look at that ice bolt now. Now each item is going to have a list of stats next to it, and it'll explain to you what each of those items do. DPS, damage, accuracy, cooldown, and they'll also sometimes, depending on the rarity of it all, will have bonus effects attached to it. For instance, this Arctic Bolt here has a critical hit damage plus 12, a loop find plus 13, a knockback power of plus 11, and a homing feature to it of a plus 7%. And each weapon has its own designs and its own bonuses, all indicative to these stats over here. Now, if you look at these stats over here, this is where kind of what your character can do. This is where your character kind of starts shining and getting stronger and more powerful as you start gaining more items. The more items you have on your, I guess you could say your deck here, the more bonuses you're going to have to your overall stats. So as you can see, this one gives me weapons range, chance to pierce. This one gives me critical hit damage, so on and so forth. And those all get stacked together to form my almost base stats, which is on the top over here. As you can see, my left click DPS is 653, my total crit chance is 13%. And this is how your character kind of gets stronger and stronger. Aside from that also, you can level your character up. As you start destroying more and more systems, here you can see that little experience bar. Once it fills up, you get a talent point. And the talent point is completely up to you where you want to drop it. If you want to focus all of your talent points into weapon damage, all of your talent points in health and RAM, wherever the hell you want, or you can spread it out and sprinkle it like I have over several sections, kind of trying to make a more well-rounded character. And like I said, you can just simply let's say, well, obviously I need more RAM, so I'll drop a point into RAM there and spend that point, and once I level up again, get another free point. And that's kind of how you can level up your character and start taking on bigger and badder buildings. Or modules, I'm sorry. Whatever you want to call them. I'm going to call them modules for the rest of the video because it's just, to me, that's what I think of. I think Shadowrun, I think modules, I think I think that's what they are. So you have all this loot that you'll collect throughout all these buildings, throughout all these modules, and sometimes, some of them, for instance, like this kitty icebreaker, which is what you use to hack, by the way. Icebreakers are what you use to hack. So I guess they're called ice. I guess what they're called? They're not called ice. They're not called modules. They're called ice. Anyways, the icebreakers are what you use to hack buildings. And sometimes not all the items will be useful. For instance, this kitty icebreaker is useless to me. So I could go over here to this big solid looking building. Notice that this one is different from the rest of them. Well, except the end game building, which is the one over there. But this building looks different from the rest of them. That's because this is a shop. In the shop, you can buy items and also sell items for bit creds, which are kind of like an in-game currency. So I could take all these useless items over here, drop them into here, and get the value for what they're worth. So for instance, this one's 9, this one's worth 20, and basically kind of clear up my inventory of useless items. There's also a little bit of a rarity system. Like red items are very, very rare. Yellow items are, let's see, that one is, I forget what that one's called. Is it rare? This one is a set sniper. I think it's a set weapon, I guess. But they're rare, basically uncommon, common. You get the kind of idea. They almost have like an MMO set style of loot system where everything is randomized. Now, sometimes you'll see buildings like these ones, which are freaking fun as hell. These ones are very interesting buildings because they don't have normal monsters. What they do actually respawn a shitload of monsters. And you may see me die here, and I apologize if I do die. You know what? We're gonna... Get off! It spawns basically hundreds and hundreds of little spiders that you have to kill in a certain amount of time. And I'm going to die here, so I'm actually going to run out of the boundaries, which will cancel a hack and save me from a horrible death. Because that's definitely not the wrong weapon for that kind of scenario. So I'm going to go ahead and switch weapons here. I'm going to heal up, which I do have a healing ability. It's called Medicate. And basically what I do is I trigger it, and it basically heals me slowly like a regenerative ability. But it does take a large amount of RAM to keep active. Actually, it takes about more than a quarter of my RAM to keep active. But it heals me for about 7 health per tick. Which we may go ahead and actually just keep active during the course of this hack. So I'm going to go ahead and hack this module. I'm going to try again. What the hell? Different weapon layout. That last weapon is good for single targets, where this weapon I'm about to use is more good for multiple targets, because it's kind of a shotgun weapon almost. Plus it has a kind of a fast load time here. Ooh, I just got turned around there. I just pissed that thing off. Oh, I got knocked out of the hacking circle by one of the explosions. That sucked. Let's try again. Probably foolish of me not to let my RAM regenerate there. But I'm feeling risky. What the hell? Okay, come on. Come at me, bro. Come at me! Can't defeat me. And that is one thing I will have to say, that sometimes the monsters act a little doofy. And what I mean by that is sometimes they'll just kind of stand there and not really do anything. They'll climb up the side of the building or climb over each other and get stuck. And I have a feeling that's just because there's still a couple little bugs to work out. As you can see, I'm just flooded with multicolored spiders. And anyway, if you have a fear of arachnophobia, I apologize. I probably should have warned you ahead of time. Yeah, this game has a shitload of spiders in it. And sharks. So if you have fear of sharks, you may have a problem with this game as well. So I'm killing a lot of them here. And a lot of them are trying to flood me, but they're kind of all on top of each other, which is why I think they're not doing as good of a job at hitting me as, let's say, some of the other ones are. Plus, I'm regenerating a constant amount of damage here. I'm kind of just trying to aim my shots into the mass of them to do as much damage as freaking possible. Oh, no, you do not. No, you do not. I saw what you tried there. And hell to the no. Where are you going? Come back here. Where the hell did they go? This is what I was talking to you guys about. Sometimes the monsters will just, the defenders will behave kind of silly. And you're like, well, they just retreated it, basically. Let's see if we can get up there. I'm going to use a super jump ability, which is I did not make that jump. Let's try that again. Let's charge up. Hey, spiders, do you mind? There you go. Thank you. One down. Come on, 3 more to go. This is definitely one of the higher level buildings. I usually don't try to hack buildings this high. But I was feeling a little bit ballsy for this video, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Plus, I got a level for that, so. Let's go ahead and charge up a huge jump here. Oh, hello. See, they're kind of acting wonky. But that's probably just, again, due to some programming issues, things that they'll be fixing later on as they patch more and more of the game here. There we go. So once I hack this large building, larger buildings, the higher the hack difficulty will contain usually better loot and more loot for that matter. So for instance, I got this mega laser here, this freezer, a noob icebreaker, and the loot basically is somewhat random. It's all procedurally generated, guys. Each time you load into the game, it will be something a little bit new, something a little bit different every time. You're not guaranteed to get the same things over and over again, which adds a lot of replayability and a lot of freshness to the game. As far as controls go, I'm going to go around and just start hacking buildings here and talk about the different ones here. The controls, there isn't a controller support at this point, and that is something I hope to see eventually added to the game. I would really love controller support in this game. You can kind of finagle it to kind of work but with a controller, but I couldn't get it to exactly work. So I wouldn't say it has 100% controller support. I'd say it has about 50% controller support. You may be able to figure it out. I couldn't. So sometimes we'll run across buildings like these strange shaped buildings, and these ones in particular always have like a piece of loot at the top of them. So you always want to get that first before you hack the building. So there's a difference in types of buildings sometimes, here and there, and different ways that you have to kind of encounter enemies and different things. But for the most part, there's only about 3 enemies currently in the game. And that's something I hope that we will eventually see a little bit change. I would love to see many, many different types of enemies in this game, having different types of tactics, and adding a lot more freshness to the overall combat as you get deeper and deeper into harder buildings. So let's go ahead and kill these guys. There's, like I said, there's also, I probably should mention, there's a buttload of weapons, guys. A lot of different kinds of weapons. There's scoping abilities, there's healing abilities, there's like missiles, there's like lasers like this one, which you saw me use a little earlier. There's a shotgun ability. I also have like this machine gun weapon that really just blows through my RAM really fast, but it hits ridiculously hard and fast. I don't really use that ability too much though, because it just kind of blows through my RAM too fast, and I had to devote quite a bit of resources to my RAM to make that an effective weapon. There's also this colorizing ability, which is hilarious, which is kind of like the star weapon. And that's the one you kind of been seeing me that allows me to change the color of enemies. I don't really know what the point of that is, but it's there, so hey, you know, cool. There's also, like I said, there's different kinds of hacking breakers, all ranging with different kinds of abilities and strengths and weaknesses. Well, not weaknesses, but strengths. There's also different kinds of abilities for sprinting and jumping. For instance, there's a teleport. I have a kind of a straight up simplistic sprint and mega jump. Mega jump was what allows me to, you can see, to jump on top of these ice here, these modules. from time to time. There's also jetpacks. There's also teleporting, which is like a blink ability. There's a lot of different kinds of movement and jumping abilities in the game, guys. There's just a lot of different loot for you to play with, and you can sometimes find them in the shops and buy them for electric slide, for instance, which I want to check that out. That sounds awesome. Plus, it has a lot of badass abilities there. Electric slide, dash, run, high jump. There's also zoom abilities. Let's see, gray hat mod chip, which increases my critical hit. It's more just a passive thing. Jetpacks, like I said. All right, so let's go ahead. Like I said, there's just a lot of different kinds of abilities here in this game. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. Kind of like that blink ability. I wonder if you can blink upwards. Can you? Let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. I like that a lot. That's pretty sweet. Musically, I think the game is okay. I would like to see the music a little bit more, I don't know. I'm looking for maybe something more Daft Punky. If I'm looking at this from... Did I just teleport through that building? Oh, I did. That's pretty sweet. I'm looking for a little bit more Daft Punky. I don't know why. Maybe because it's of the Tron-esque layout of the game. I'm looking for something a little bit more action-packed, a little bit more getting my heart pumping type of thing. But the sound effects are fine. I kind of enjoy that they sound kind of like old school, kind of arcade graphic style weapon sounds. I enjoy that quite a bit. And of course, I have to show you this before we end this video, where I'm kind of lost. I have to get to a higher ground first. Find the big old white building. Where's that? Oh, it's that way. Okay. I have to show you the big old mega shark, which I've managed to defeat a couple times already. And actually, I might be able to just go ahead and assassinate him from far if I get lucky here. So I'm going to go ahead and mega jump up here. And yes, like I said, there is a shark in this game that kind of defends the final objective, as it were. Let's see if I can spot him. It doesn't look like he's on this side, so we're going to have to go ahead and jump down. Is he over here? There he is. There's the big old guy. So we're going to go ahead and piss him off. Normally I could just assassinate him from far. Oh, I think he spotted me. Oh, yes, he did. He spotted me. Oh, he hit me. Oh, you... Take that, shark. And yes, he is kind of like a mini boss in the game. I kind of want to get up close for you to see him. Oh, I defeated him by accident. My bad. But yes, there is a giant shark in the game, and he defends the last building of the game. And I'd say I enjoy the overall design of the different kinds of creatures and monsters in this game. The game does also feature multiplayer, guys, which I think is... What the... Oh, my bad. Which I think is also really freaking sweet. Can I jump up there? Thank you. Which I think is really freaking sweet. You can play this game with, I think, currently up to 5 friends. I think that's what I read. It currently features 5-player... it doesn't allow me to teleport into the building. Oh. I love that teleport ability, man. That's freaking sweet. That's definitely what I'm going to keep. It basically allows for multiplayer of up to 5 players, guys. And like I said, this game has a lot of potential. Also, there's these... If you're into a little bit more of the lore of the game, on each side of these ices, there's kind of like these weird information booths, which kind of tells you what it is that you're hacking and who and what these people are. It gives you a little bit of information about the particular company that you're kind of at that point screwing over. So yeah, you can also hack multiple buildings at once if you're feeling ballsy, like, yeah, I'm gonna hack this one and I'm gonna hack that one. And it'll double the enemy amount. But because they're low level buildings, I should be able to slaughter these guys like cattle. Are they fighting each other? Oh no, they're not. They're just shooting at me. That'd be kind of cool if they fought each other. Like, oh, enemy corporations don't like each other. So yeah, you get the idea of how this works. I've already hacked one of them apparently. All I gotta do is hack this last one over here. Wherever that last creature is. Where is he? Come on, man. Stop hiding. Stop wasting my time. I know you're around here somewhere, fool. Alright, let's grab my loot. Oh, he's up there. You little coward. Where the hell did you go? Oh, you little son of a bitch. There's more of you? There we go. Okay. So he's dead. Yeah, guys, it's a really enjoyable game, guys. And you know what? From a very top-side down view, it's gorgeous, guys. I'd say this game is very, very pretty looking. The overall design, like I said, it's minimalist, but it's not in a bad way. Derp. I failed about mega jumps. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get to a high spot here, guys, and then I'll end this video here for you. And I just want you to see just how gorgeous this game is from kind of a distance. You can just see all the different kinds of colors and the different sky there. How just it looks like it goes on for infinite amounts. It's a really cool looking game, guys. I love that teleportability, man. I'm going to enjoy messing around with that quite a bit, guys. So yeah, guys, it's just a really cool looking game. You can see what I mean by the minimalist nature of it all, but it still really looks gorgeous. I'd love to see a little bit more diversity in some of the building designs, or ice or modules designs, whatever the hell you want to call them. I'd like to see a little bit more, but I can imagine that's something, again, that'll come in time as the game gets more and more developed. It is beta, guys. So guys, Black Ice is just like the cyberspace it's based off. It's a black mass waiting to be given shape. The foundation is there, and it's really nice and smooth. It just needs all the bells and whistles added to it. For instance, different enemy types, more structures, maybe with like kind of crazier elements attached to them, maybe turrets, walls, defenders kind of that are already spawned around them. More objectives than just hacking. I want to see, let's go full Tron. Let's do racing. Let's do closed off area death matches style, maybe against other players even. Just a lot more ability to play with this cyberspace area. Maybe a crafting system would be kind of cool, where you can craft your own program weapons and decide what stats and allocations that they have. So what I'm trying to say is that I think Black Ice has quite a bit of potential. It's well designed and fun, and with your help and support, Garret Cooper can turn Black Ice into something truly amazing and unique. I haven't seen many games like this, guys. So if you like what you see, go give them your support. Go vote for them on Steam Greenlight, guys. Buy into the beta. I think you will enjoy this game. Big thanks to the developer for a chance to review this game. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie game, guys. Till next time, play indie games, and this has been Let's Play Black Ice.